Shadows of Crystal City. In the heart of Crystal City, Texas, an abandoned school stood as a grim relic of the past. Overgrown weeds choked the playground, rusting swings creaked in the wind, and shattered windows glared like empty eye sockets. It was a place whispered about in hushed tones, where local legends twisted into horrifying tales. The townsfolk claimed that terrible things happened within those crumbling walls. Ghosts, goblins, and a restless spirit of a janitor who never truly left. The story began decades ago when the school was still operational. It was a normal institution until an unexplained tragedy struck. One stormy night, the janitor, Mr. Ramirez, was discovered lifeless in a classroom, his body twisted unnaturally as if he had been caught in an unseen grip. Rumors spread that he had been cleaning up after a particularly rambunctious Halloween party. And in the chaos, something sinister had taken place. Students claimed to hear strange noises coming from the basement, and one by one, families pulled their children from the school. Eventually, it was shut down, left to rot. Years passed, but the memories lingered. Curious teenagers often dared one another to explore the decrepit building, armed with flashlights and bravado. Yet those who ventured inside seldom returned unscathed. They spoke of cold drafts that snuffed out their lights, shadows that flitted just beyond their vision, and a lingering, oppressive presence that seemed to watch their every move. On Halloween night, a group of friends, Maya, Josh, Emily, and Liam, decided to confront the legend. They gathered flashlights, a camera, and a sense of invincibility. As they approached the school, the wind howled, sending shivers down their spines. The door creaked open as if inviting them in, and they stepped inside, the air thick with dust and the scent of decay. "Let's check out the old gym first," Josh suggested, barely masking his excitement. They moved cautiously through the corridors, the beams of their flashlights dancing across peeling paint and shattered glass. Suddenly, Emily gasped. "Did you see that?" She pointed toward a classroom at the end of the hall. The curtains fluttered slightly, even though the windows were long broken. "Just the wind," Maya replied, though her voice wavered. They pressed on, curiosity outweighing their fear. As they approached the classroom, a chill swept through the air, and an unsettling feeling settled in their stomachs. Inside, the room was frozen in time. Desks and chairs lay in disarray, as if the students had just fled. But the real horror awaited them by the window. There, pressed against the glass, was a figure, transparent and gaunt, with hollow eyes that seemed to plead for help. It was Mr. Ramirez, or what remained of him. "Get out," he mouthed silently, his finger pointing toward the door. Panic erupted among the group, and they turned to flee, but the door slammed shut, trapping them inside. The air grew thick, suffocating as whispers filled the room, disembodied voices echoing cries of forgotten children. Liam, in a fit of desperation, pounded on the door. "Let us out! Please!" But the shadows around them deepened, twisting like tendrils reaching for their souls. The temperature dropped, and a cacophony of laughter erupted from the corners of the room, a twisted mockery of innocence. Maya stumbled backward, her flashlight flickering. "We have to find another way," she shouted. As they scrambled for the windows, they noticed grotesque faces appearing in the glass, goblins and specters that grinned wickedly, relishing their fear. Just then, Mr. Ramirez's spirit manifested fully, his face a mask of sorrow and rage. "You shouldn't have come here," he roared, his voice echoing like thunder. "They're hungry. They want you." Understanding dawned on Maya. The spirits of the school were trapped, seeking vengeance for their untimely ends. They were the ones who had claimed the janitor, and now they desired more souls to join their eternal torment. In a moment of clarity, Maya remembered the legend of the school, a way to appease the spirits. "We have to offer them something to set them free," she yelled, grasping Emily's hand tightly. With a surge of courage, they began to chant the words they'd heard in town, a plea for forgiveness and release. The shadows writhed, the laughter turning to howls as the room shook violently. Just as it seemed all hope was lost, the door flung open and a blinding light filled the room. They dashed out, the spirits' anguished cries fading behind them.
A story by Jesse Perales, Jam to production.